welcome back to the vlog and welcome back to my kitchen and the These Easiest Dishes series. Today we are going to be making the now famous TikTok Feta Bake Recipe. It is so easy. I've done this before and it was a huge hit. When I made it before, I actually made it with, I think it was like veal tortellini or beef tortellini, something like that. And it was fantastic. It was excellent, and that makes it like much more of a bigger meal as well because there's meat in your pasta and everything. But obviously that adds to the expense of your meal, whereas the actual recipe just calls for something like penne, and these are 70 cents a packet. So I mean, hard to compare. And another thing that adds expense to it was the cherry tomatoes are sort of like $2.50 up to $3 for a punnet. So I thought I would give these a go. This was $1.25 a can, so I'll be really keen to see even what these are like when I open the can. But if these work well, that is going to make a really big difference to the expense of the meal. So I'm also going to put, I've got half a cauliflower here, I'm going to put that through as well. There's lots of variations out there now, but one that I saw had broccoli florets and zucchini, as well as the cherry tomatoes with your feta and your garlic cloves and whatever herbs and spices you want to put with it. So I don't have any broccoli today, but I do have half a cauliflower, so I'm going to use that. But I'm definitely going to try literally every variation I can think of because this is such an easy recipe and it is a hit with the whole family. So I'm just going to pop my oven onto 180 and then I'm going to cut up my cauliflower. I am going to actually par cook it just a little bit because your cheese and your whatever you choose to put with your cherry tomatoes, it's only in the oven for the amount of time that it takes to cook your pasta, so kind of like 15 maybe 20 minutes. So that sometimes isn't enough to cook something, you know, like a hard vegetable. So I'm going to just par cook it a little bit in the microwave first, just so that I'm sure it's going to be perfectly cooked when we decide to stir everything together at the end. So yeah, so let's get going. Now that I've opened this, they are a little bit, different than I thought they would be. Like, it's more like whole tomatoes in sauce, like just buying whole tomatoes. But I don't see why it still wouldn't work, so we'll give it a red hot go.
From the south, storming along the shoreline. Those who were right came here with nothing more than dreams of a brighter sun that could make their shadows run. All so they're forced to crawl back into the dark.
Now I feel like this is quite different to last time, and I don't know if it's the fact that I used Danish Feta this time and not Greek Feta, but this seems to be more crumbly as opposed to creamy, but I think that is still going to be perfectly fine. Because it is actually only, it is 4:23, I am going to pop this back in the oven once I've stirred it all through and just leave it to stay warm until dinner time. Now last time I made this, and this is not in any of the recipes that you'll see on TikTok, I actually added a tin of coconut cream because I just didn't really find it creamy enough, but that could have been because I was making it with such a big amount of pasta. Oh, and I'm doing that again today. So I think I will probably do the same. I'm throwing pasta all over the plate. So I will put a can of coconut cream through the dish.
They could not find a way to run.
But I do definitely think that the canned cherry tomatoes works fine. Okay, if you wanted to, you can put some cheese on the top of this. I'm obviously going to use dairy-free cheese, even though, of course, yes, I realise the feta is dairy. We still want to reduce the amount of dairy we're having, so I will use a dairy-free grated cheese and put a bit of that on the top, and then I will put it back in the oven. If you're going to have it straight away, you would obviously just do it for just long enough for the cheese to melt, but yeah, based on the sheer amount, I will probably put a second can of coconut cream through this, just so that I get a bit of a sauce happening, and we'll see how that goes. In the oven. Okay, so I've got it back in the oven. Obviously there were a couple of I don't know, stuff-ups, areas where I had to rejig my plan. My son did not let me know that I was out of olive oil, but coconut oil is just as good, if not better. So obviously if you don't really like the coconut flavour, then you're going to have to make adjustments, same with if you want to use the coconut cream, but it looks like it's going to be delicious. It smells delicious. Obviously you can see I put some oregano on the top of it, which I really like. But yeah, it's just so versatile. You could do so much with it. I'm going to serve it with these, but you could just serve it with anything. You could put anything in with it. You could put chicken in it, you could put tuna, salmon, just so many things you could add to it. Make it vegetarian, make it vegan. There's just so many different things you could do. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know if you give it a go down in the comments. Let me know what variation you did. I really can't wait to do it with broccoli, because everyone in the family loves broccoli. So yeah, I'm keen to do that next time, but it is a super easy meal. Also, another great way to use this as like helping with future meals, which doesn't help me because Jordan eats everything in the house, but you can put this with anything. So like you can put a decent sized serve of this in the freezer and then just defrost it and have it with some sausages, or just on its own for lunch, or you could have it with steak, or you could have it with just anything. So yeah, just a really great versatile recipe. I hope you guys have really liked it, and I will see you next time for another Fee's Easiest Dishes. Have a great week, guys.